What's good, simps? Trash. So have you ever thought to yourself, man, is there ever going to be a good build with Dark Magicians? Well, today I have the Dark Magician list that'll take you from being casual to a casual with money. So what I have is Dogmatika Dark Magician, but it's a new take on Dogmatika Dark Magician. I'm actually featuring the BUSTER BLADER engine as well to really just like go all in on the Yugimoto Ace Monster strategy. We even borrowed Red Eyes Black Dragon. Fucking give me that shit, Joey. You're fucking trash. How the fuck you lose your best card before the tournament even starts? But yeah, this is a really cool list. I think it's more of like an expansion of the Dogma Dark Magician list that I featured on this channel previously. I'm kind of really happy with this build. It seems very consistent. Everything's like very tightly knit. So I'll kind of just like show the profile and quit clamoring about it. Okay, so starting off the build, we actually only have double Magician's Rod. The reason being, I didn't really want to play more than 5 normal summons for the deck. You know, realistically, like, while Rod is really good, you pretty much play 3 of like all the cards that this can get you as well. I figured we could sort of like let him take a back seat to what's it called, the Buster Whelp, so that we could search our Buster Blader combo a little more consistently. But anyway, moving on, we have triple Magician Souls. Of course, it's Magician Souls. It's just Dark Magician deck. It's rather standard. Also, what's really nice about Magician Souls in this list, particularly, if you happen to draw the Destruction Sword memories, then it's no longer really an issue. Typically, you have to play 2 bricks to play the Buster Blader engine, but in this list, you really only have 1 because you have so much ease of access to Magician Souls through like Soul Servants and etc. and things of that like. Because the prologue has to just send any Destruction Sword card, so your triple Buster Whelp also fits that bill. Of course, the issue lying that you have to send a Buster Blader monster, but you know, the Buster Whelp with the Destruction Sword can at least fulfill the role of the Destruction Sword card for you. So that's pretty sweet. Anyway, so you have your Buster Whelps. These, of course, search your prologue so that you can set up that, and you know they're level 1, so they can turn into Linkuriboh, and that will just completely set up your Buster Blader play. Because you have to have a dragon in your graveyard in order to resolve prologue, or rather memories, so that you can fusion summon. But also it works very well for your Dogmatika engine, which is just going to be really small in this build. It's just double Ecclesia and 1 Fleur-de-Lis the Knighted. You know, I was playing triple Ecclesia, but Ecclesia is also like sort of a normal summon. Just the fact that like Artemis is a card now makes Rod just so much better, and really just makes Dogma Dark Magician builds a lot better in general, so that's definitely cool. But that being said, I just figured like you have so much already that I just kind of feel like you don't need triple Ecclesia, because you have the triple Nadir still, and you know 2 is better than 1 in my eyes. I know a lot of Buster Dogma builds only play 1 of this, 1 Punishment, 3 Nadir. But they're also going heavier on like the Red Eyes fusion route of things with like insights and stuff like that. But your normals, you got your double Dark Magician and of course your 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. You never need 3 of this, really, especially not in a Dogma build particularly. But my logic with this has always been, you want 1 for Red Eyes Fusion, you want 1 to send off Magician Souls, and of course the Fleur-de-Lis the Knighted can also be something that you can send for Magician Souls if you really have to. And you know, Nadir can fetch it back from the grave for you as well, so that's nice. And then the last of the bricks is the Destruction Swordmaster and the Red Eyes Fusion. So you know, you really never want to draw these 3. Dark Magician's really not that bad because we have Eternal Soul, but you never really want to draw these 3. So I mean, it's a 40 card list and 3 hard bricks. I mean, I guess this isn't really a hard brick because you can still send this, but you know what I'm saying, you just don't want these. So I mean, the math is kind of wonky there because we're basically playing a 3 of a card that we just never want to see, is the way I've always looked at 3 bricks in a 40 card list. But that being said, I just wanted the deck to be as consistent as possible. So For the rest of the spells, one upstart. This is just for consistency purposes, and it, of course, plays very well with the triple dark magical circle. And you know, I kind of decided to go back to 3 of this. This always has bounced around from 2 to 3 to 2 to 3 for me. I don't really know. I think the main reasoning is just like revealing this off of this just sucks. But I figured the fact that we have the ability to play triple Soul Servant so that we can stack our Dark Magician engine accordingly, and you know, of course, draw into whatever pieces that we may want through the Soul Servant effect when we have access to Magician Souls, and the fact that like having access to Magician Souls makes subsequent copies of stuff like this really not that bad, especially not Soul Servant, because it is a draw card as well. Not really a whole ton to talk about with these cards. This is just in-engine stuff for Dark Magician, so, except for, of course, Upstart, but, yeah. We got the Triple Nadir. Of course, this is just to make your Dogma engine consistent. I mean, this card's insane. Don't really need to talk too much on Nadir Servant. And, you know, again, there's, like, neat interactions that you can do where this can set up Dragons Engraved for you for your Buster Blader shit. And other builds, you know, you could send Quintet Magician, or set up Quintet Magician fairly easily with this. You could set up Soul Servant as well with, what's it called, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, which actually is not featured in this build because I'm not playing Eye of Timaeus in this build. I just felt like more often than not, you're just going to want to get Magician Souls on field. And there's already just like so much going on in this list that I just felt there was not room for Timaeus leading to Brick Hands. So yeah, that's that. Triple Deer. And last spell is Triple Drop. Again, I've said this before in this channel. This is the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Of course, it plays very well with the continuous cards that are in this strategy, so that's cool. Droplet is kind of a necessary, definitely a necessary thing for Dark Magician in my eyes, and that's because the deck is bad. But traps, we have double Eternal Soul. And, you know, I was always an advocate of 3 of this, but honestly, you really don't need 3 now with Soul Servant. So yeah, I mean, this is just like the other half of your Dark Magician engine. Of course, the restriction to destroy all cards you control or all monsters you control sucks. Triple Imperm just for generically like covering ground. Again, I've said on the channel that I feel like this is like the best hand trap of all time. Not really going to go into Imperm too much. Double Dogmatika Punishment. We're trying to grind here, so of course the second one will come up. That's kind of another reason why I wanted to play the double Ecclesia, because like if I send a Titaniclad with this, I would like to have a target to you know, go fetch out of my deck, because at the very least I can go set up the second one on the following turn. And the last trap's to the Buster Blader engine. Triple Prologue, 1 Destruction Sword Memories. You know, I've considered playing 2 of this. I've considered playing a lot of different stuff, but I really, like I said, I really want to keep this 40. That could be incorrect just because of the fact that like Red Eyes Fusion, Buster Blader, Destruction Sword, like really that's like 4 cards you really don't want in your hand. Again, like I said, like Red Eyes and Destruction Sword Memories, it's like not the worst in my eyes, at least for this build. So I really wanted to hold out on this profile until I got this box of Genesis Impact delivered to my house. That being said, the box of Genesis Impact never came. It's, you know, it's one of those memes where it just says that it's in transit still. It's kind of just like, let it go, brother. It's in God's hands now. So, but basically what I'm saying is I don't have Artemis, but I'll just put a picture of Artemis over this sleeve. So yeah, of course Artemis is huge for this deck. Just the fact that we can now turn Rod into a Link monster so we can make our Dogmatika plays live is just crazy good. I mean, I know a lot of different decks were pretty excited about Artemis. Its effect for me is irrelevant, but again, you know, it's just huge just solely for the fact that it's a Link 1, and if Link Cross and Mermaid have taught me anything, Link 1s are broken. So the next Link one we have is, of course, Link Rebo, because this guy will turn our Buster, what's his name, the Buster Whelp into this, so that we can turn Dogmatika Blades on, turn on Prologue. Of course, it's good Magician Souls as well. Not really a ton to talk about with Link Rebo. IP Masquerena is, of course, just a good generic Link to Vert Anaconda, of course, for Dragoon. We have Selene. So we could go from Masquerena into Selene, and then we could possibly set up cheese plays where we can like get back Ecclesias or whatever. Of course, Selene is very good if we don't have Eternal Soul. And inversely, we have Unicorn, just so that we can go second or, you know, interrupt boards going first. So fusions, Natis ×2, of course, Titaniclad ×2. This is the Dogmatika package. I mean, yeah, I'm not really gonna say anything about these cards. It's nice that Titaniclad is a dragon for your Buster plays, so that's cool. Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, yep. Buster package, of course, the Dragon Destroying Swordsman and the Buster Dragon. These cards are just broken. Honestly, if we start moving back into a far more combo-heavy format, this package is just like insane. I mean, it's just so free. You don't even really have to play Buster Whelp. You can just like literally just play Trap Trick and Prologues. And honestly, a lot of the time I feel like that's just good enough. So yeah, that's that Buster package. Good stuff. Last two cards. Omega, this is for the Dogmatika stuff, and the Wind Pegasus Adagnister, again, this is for the Dogmatika stuff. I kind of wanted to play some generic slots here so that we could just have good stuff to send off into Deer Punishment. And of course, you know, Omega being 28 is nice because sometimes it is hard to pop stuff with Punishment. You know, like, I really did want to either play this guy and Magicalized Fusion because it is really easy to go into this guy still, even in this list. I don't know, I just didn't find room for it, and I figured that the Magicalized could be a brick in this variant just because we're trying to shove so much in already. And like I said, we're playing 4 cards that we really just don't want to draw. But, you know, that being said, Five-Headed Dragon has no place here. I would always play this guy over that. But really, it's like, if I play this card, I feel like a lot of the time it's just going to get sent off Punishment, and I'm not going to have access to it for Magicalized Fusion. So, anyway, that's really the list. It's a lot of cheese, honestly. Like, just the fact that, like, you can just, like, outright win games just off of Buster Whelp resolving alongside your Dragoon is crazy. And, of course, you know, I am an avid Dark Magician player for some reason. But I feel like this build is the one that would make Yugimoto proud. We're playing his like 2 ace monsters. There's not really a whole lot you can do with the deck for going second, so I've always figured, you know, the more traps the better, and just the power that this adds to the trap strategy is just kind of insane. And it just works very well with the Buster Whelp and stuff. Considered War Arthas, for the record, just a few honorable mentions. I considered War Arthas. A lot of the time it didn't. It just was very conflicting, and it kind of was contributing to brick hands. Unless, like, I'm gonna go like all in with like triple confit and play like instant fusion Millennium Eyes, I'd be like, it's just not worth it. And at that point, I would rather just play more cards for consistency. So that's kind of what I did there. Again, like I said, Itamias was an honorable mention. Magicalized Fusion was definitely one of those as well. More memories and more Buster Bladers was something I considered. You could probably make this deck list like 45 or like even closer to 50, and you could just run it like that. But like I said, I was trying to keep this as clear and concise, close to 40 as I can, 40 if possible, which I definitely achieved here. So let me know what you guys think. This is sort of my take on an evolution of Dogmatika Dark Magician. So yeah, that's all I got, and I'll see you next time, Simps.
Vanity's ruler